executive producer of VAL TV Network, associate produced by Michael Childress Sr. We are spotlighting the Black History Month from the HBCU yard alongside with the 27th Super Bowl Soulful Celebration Media Roundtable with executive producer Melanie Few, where champions meets culture. This is our HBCU mini-series. We are now going to take you now from the Detroit Press Conference to the 27th Annual Super Bowl Soulful Celebration, continuing showing how Black women moved with purpose. Now we will enter that conversation.
Morning. This is Tasha Witten with the Front Page Firm. We are thrilled to be the agency of record for the Super Bowl Soulful Celebration, and we are just thrilled to welcome everyone here to talk about this year's celebration, 27th annual. For more than a quarter of a century, the Super Bowl Soulful Celebration has truly stood as the premier NFL sanctioned inspirational program of the entire Super Bowl week. The show brings together music, faith, football, and culture in a powerful celebration of purpose and impact. And as in every other year, we bridge communities through this meaningful storytelling, the dynamic performances and authentic voices that, are highlighted in the show. And so with that said, we have an incredible group of our creative team members and one of our performers here on the line with us today. We may also be joined by a couple more. But with that said, I'm going to turn things over to our moderator today, Porsha Monique. Please go ahead, Porsha, to guide us through today's discussion.
Thank you so much, Tasha. Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 27th Annual Super Bowl Soulful Celebration Media Roundtable. I'm Porsha Monique, founder and CEO of Relevance Media, and I'll be serving as your moderator today. So before we begin, a few quick housekeeping notes. Please keep your mics on mute when you're not speaking. Use the virtual hand feature if you have a question. And we'll also be doing one question per outlet today. I'll simply call your name and outlet when it's your turn, and we can go ahead and begin. But before we begin, I want to introduce our incredible panelists. I'm so honored to be introducing them. First off, you guys all know Melanie Few. She is the founder and executive producer of Super Bowl Soulful Celebration and the only woman and person of color producing an official NFL sanctioned event. So let's go ahead and give Melanie a round of applause.
Thank you.
Joining Melanie is executive producer Valerie Thompson. She's a powerhouse behind Super Bowl Soulful Celebration as well, and she's helping drive the vision of storytelling and overall production of this NFL sanctioned event. Welcome, Valerie. And of course, joining Valerie and Melanie, our joint Grammy-winning musical director, Adam Blackstone. He is shaping the sound and musical experience of this year's celebration. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And then last but certainly not least, we also have chart-topping Christian hip-hop artist Miles Minnick, who is representing a powerful cultural shift where faith and music intersect. Now, welcome to the show, Miles.
Blessed to be here. Let's get to it.
Absolutely. Let's get to it. So now we're going to move into our media questions. And as a reminder, one question per outlet. Please keep it concise so that we can get to everyone. Name the talent that you would like to address your question to, and I'll call your name and outlet when it's your turn. Now let's start with Chris Gunther. Chris, are you here? I'm looking through the list.
How's everybody doing? Great.
Hey, well, thank you guys for taking this quick time out. Tasha, thank you so much for all you do for the culture. Definitely a real one in this media space. So my question is going to be to Miles. Miles, you're a hip hop Christian artist. Right now, the world is in crazy turmoil, filled with a lot of negativity. But how powerful is the message of the gospel, especially right now in 2026?
Yeah, the gospel is the antidote for all sickness. It's the antidote for all depression, turmoil. You know what I mean? And so if we are walking around with the medicine or with the cure that people need, I believe it's extremely important for us to be bold about that, be loud about that, because we never know who this message can impact and help when they need it the most. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, our country is going through a lot of division right now. And so with that division, people who are like-minded with this kind of message that we carry, we should be standing in unity and pushing that thing forward to make the change that we need to make.
Peace and love, y'all. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Chris. That was Chris Gunther from The Chris Gunther Show. Next up, we have Nikki Rich. Nikki Rich with The Nikki Rich Show. Nikki, go right ahead.
Hi, I'm Nikki Rich of the Nikki Rich Show. My question is for Miss Melanie Few. It's Black History Month. You are making history with this show. I want to say, first off, congratulations. You are a Black woman that's making history. How does it feel to be producing such an extravagant show, to put it on for 27 years? This annual soulful, cultural, and faithful and NFL show.
I could just say it's a blessing. It almost feel I wasn't blessed to have children in the natural, but it feels like my little baby that got grown. So I'm grateful, but I'm very, very I want to be very, very clear, because when people say, how did you do it? It definitely was not how I did it. It was how God and the people that have surrounded this vision, we've done it together. This is nothing that one person could do alone. And so I'm grateful that God has put just some amazingly talented, gifted, wonderful people in my life who have been an integral part of this journey, and an integral part in how we go forward from here. And those people on this Zoom today. So all I can just say is I'm grateful. I'm grateful that he chose me to give me the vision, but it definitely has not been a solo effort.
Much, Melanie. And Nikki Rich. And Melanie, I want to stay with you for a second, because I want to give you a chance to give us an overview and a welcome for all of the journalists that are here during this roundtable. And then we'll just go in order from you, Melanie, Val, Adam, as well as Miles.
Well, first of all, thank you for all of you that, came on this call today. I'm super grateful that you are interested in sharing information to your followers and viewers and readers about Super Bowl Soulful. And I can say that one of the things Tasha and I are always saying is that so many journalists don't get the opportunity to attend Super Bowl or sometimes be a part of the media outlets that get to come to Super Bowl. And so we're grateful that we have the opportunity to share what we're doing with journalists. And I've seen some of those journalists, they started just with us, and now they're officially, journalists that get to be a part of the game and all of that. So I'm just grateful. We're super thankful. And we've always put ourselves out there for additional questions to be asked, resources to share, whatever we can do to help journalists help us. And so thank you so much.
Thank you, Melanie. Now, Valerie, I would like to give you a chance as well.
And hi, Melody. Thank you for taking my question. My question is the Soulful Celebration. It has been a staple for the Super Bowl week. And when you first envisioned it, when you found it 27 years ago, was this your vision?
Actually, no, it was not. I'm aging myself here, but I went to a Super Bowl back in the early 90s. I was right out of college. And I'm not gonna lie, this was my before Jesus years, okay? And I was partying all week, having a ball. By Sunday, I was looking for a church service. I was like, Lord, help me, please. And so, and so I was with a friend who was an assistant vice president at the NFL. She had been flourishing. And so that Sunday, I said, you know, they have a gospel event because, you know, we started out as gospel. And she says, well, write the NFL, write my boss and see what he says. And so we had 7 years of rejection letters before we ever got to do it. Was Super Bowl gospel back in those days. And how Super Bowl gospel came about was in 1998. Gene Upshaw, which, you know, NFL legend, he was still alive. And he told all of his peers, he says, I know how we can get rid of this lady. We're gonna tell her if she can get Gladys Knight, we'll let her do this event and give her NFL sanction. Well, Gladys went to high school with my aunt. And so he thought we've gotten rid of her for good. But my aunt called Gladys for me. And Gladys said, sure, I'll come and we'll do it. And the very first one was in 1999. And so here we are now in 2026.
Thank you.
And look at the power of relationships. Congratulations on that beautiful start. Now, I do want to give Valerie Thompson a chance to give a welcome and an overview.
So I came on to Melanie calls this her child, and I feel like I'm the child's nanny. So I came into this 4 years ago now, Melanie, or is it 5? One of those. And I've enjoyed being able to create new avenues for this property that has been so successful for so long. And I wanted to be able to give it new eyes and for people to be able to see it in places they hadn't seen it before. So that's been one of the real goals that I've had with this. But I love the brand. I loved being able to meet all of the athletes and being able to tell their stories in different ways and putting them into situations where people don't think about them all as just, you know, hard kind of gridiron kind of guys, you know, tough on the field, but what else do they do? And I love that that's what this show does. And it, by showing these athletes in those softer, kinder, gentler kind of ways, compassionate ways with their faith, I think it touches people in a way that nothing else could do that. Because you need to hear, people love hearing about their stars and celebrities, and being able to realize that they are people that are working in the community and changing lives, and then fusing that with music too, because I think entertainment tells the best story, you know? So those are the things that I try to make sure that we include in every one of the productions. And yeah, that's me. I'm a little nervous. I'm normally out back instead of on press, so forgive me.
You did amazing. Thank you so much, Madam Producer Valerie Thompson. And up next, we have Mr. Blackstone. Please give us your welcome and an overview of why you're here.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Adam Blackstone. I am the musical director and one of the co-producers this year. I'm so excited to be a part of anything that represents our culture. I've been able to travel all over the world with the likes of Rihanna, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, Justin Timberlake, and so many others, but it's nothing like playing our own music for our people. And whenever I can do that, I'm feeling very grateful. This show is my 3rd year being a part of this show. I think I came on to bring a little more inclusiveness when it comes to the genre, as Mel said. She started as a gospel show, but then we transitioned to just soul music because everything that I feel like we do is inspirational anyway. So we didn't want to exclude any other genre, whether that be country we've had, whether that be classical, whether that be Earth, Wind and Fire, soul music, whether that be T-Pain or whether that be Miles Minnick. You know what I mean? We wanted to include everyone to give the message of hope. And it's been my job and my beautiful task and honor to put this music together for this incredible show. And we have a special one for you this year as well.
And the next question is going to Jackie Morrell, EGO Entertainment Network. Jackie?
Hello, everyone. Lady J with Ego Entertainment. And Thank you for allowing us to be on today. My question is for Miss Melanie Few. So this year's theme is going higher. And with the state of our nation feeling so low right now, how do you hope people are impacted by this year's show to give them hope in going higher?
Really, in several ways. One of the reasons I think Val and I were so happy that Adam was able to connect us with Empire, and we had an opportunity for Miles and LaRussell to be a part of the show this year, is because they are the future of this industry, and they bring hope and light in some really, really difficult days. Their message, not to mention, it's a funky vibe. I almost put my hip out yesterday dancing, listening to them. So, but I think that you're right. We're living in some very difficult, challenging times, and just vibe and just have a good time and listen to these stories of hope and faith. Because the average football player, you're thinking about, these guys are the people that made the less than 1% of Black men who make it to the NFL. Most of them have really serious stories of hope and faith, where all they were a little boy and all they wanted to do was dream so that their mother could come out for her job, or, pour back into their family. And so, you always see people talking about the negative stories, but it's so many positive stories. I mean, I meet so many guys from the NFL. Number one, they love music. A lot of them want to be performers themselves. But the other thing, I have met so many guys that have told me all I wanted to do was to just make it so that I could show people about the glory of God and the glory of faith. And all I wanted to do was be able to call my mother and say, Mama, come home from your third job or what have you. And so that brings us a lot of hope to be able to tell those stories.